What's going on, YouTube? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today on Litecoin. Right now we're sitting around $205. We're up about 2.53%. And I had a few different things that I wanted to get into today. We're also going to be looking at coin market cap because I wanted to go through with you. Many people talk about Litecoin potentially hitting $500, and I want to show you what it will take for Litecoin to hit $500, what type of market cap we're going to have. So I got a lot for you today. Stick around with me. If you get something from these videos, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's dig into this. So the last time we did a Litecoin video, what we were talking about is potentially getting into one of these symmetrical triangle formations. You can see right here, this is our downtrend line, and this is what we'll need to get up through. So first of all, just to show you what this may look like, if we are able to punch up through this upper trend line right here, in my opinion, we would most likely break up to around $300. We'd bounce back. We would test that 240 before we get moving again and going up there and challenging those all-time highs. And this is just a guess, but around 377 is going to be that all-time high that we have on the candle closes. Then past that, it would be blue sky breakouts. And that's the bullish case. Now the bearish case, we would chop around back in here, and you can see the volume has been dropping off. And typically with symmetrical triangles, they will want to follow the trend, but they're a little bit more of a neutral pattern. So you got a little bit better of a chance that it will break with the trend, and that would be to the upside here as opposed to the downside. But we still have to factor that in if that does become the case here. And we get another move down here and then another move up, and we can draw that trend line, that lower trend line, and we can get one of those longer term symmetrical triangles, because typically symmetrical triangles are over 30 days in length. Okay, so we need to keep an eye on that. If it's not over 30 days, then it's going to be some type of a pennant. The RSI right now is going to be at 54, but the main support areas I'm looking at, I want to hold 204.65, and then if we drop any lower than that, it would be $200, 278. So those are going to be the support areas that we're looking at. Then it'd be down around that 178. If we go a little bit lower, in terms of overhead resistance, we would roughly have to get up above 226, then be around that 238 is what we're looking at. But with the decreasing volume here, most likely, in my opinion, you can see back here, I had a trend line before, and we had a trend line break. Over here, we had a trend line, we had a trend line break. If we can get that nice break, it could really be a big deal for Litecoin. If we get into the technicals here before we get into coin market cap, because there's a lot I want to show you on coin market cap. For the 1 day, we're having a 2 sell, a 9 neutral, and a 15 buy, and all this is on the 1 day time frame. So each candle is representing 1 day, just so you know. Oscillators 1 sell, 8 neutral, and a 2 buy. Moving averages 1 sell, 1 neutral, and a 13 buy. So I believe what a lot of people mess up with in terms of their charting, I like to really step back, look at support, resistance, and price action, along with the moving averages. Like if we turn on some moving averages to make sure we're going with the flow here, and that's going to be the main thing. We're up above the 20, the 50, the 100, and the 200. So we're in a clear uptrend right now. You want to be trading with the trend. But people will put too many lines and all different types of stuff on it, can confuse a lot of people. Just really look at the price action. In uptrends, look for those higher highs and higher lows, and downtrends, lower highs and lower lows. And then you can see right here how we're just kind of getting squeezed, moving sideways. Going to see if we can get that break to the upside. RSI sitting at 54 like we talked about. Now, if we get into coin market cap, let me bring this up for you. So roughly, you can see right now, and this is how you can figure the potential of coins. I want to do this with you here. So right now we're at around almost 14 billion for a market cap, and we're at $205, right? Okay, the volume right now is down 20%, and that's typical when we get into those symmetrical triangles. But how you figure this out, what you want to do is go into your calculator here, and I figured this out for us. So for Litecoin to hit $500, and I want you to put down low, do you believe Litecoin's going to hit $500? You can just put yes or no. If you believe it's going to go higher, you can say 1,000. If you believe it's going to go lower, stuck around 300 at the max, let me know. I'd love to hear your opinions down low. But right here, so basically what I've calculated is it's going to take roughly about $34 billion in Litecoin to be able to get us to that 500. So what I want to do here, just show you how we do this. So we're going to go out to 34 billion. So there's 34 million, 340 million, and there's 34 billion. We're going to divide that. Let me move this over a little bit here into the circulating supply that Litecoin has right now. So 66930, and you can do this with all your coins so you can kind of see. And that would take us to around $509. So roughly, we need to be at about that $34 to $35 billion for Litecoin. And I believe that's definitely possible, because typically how the money trail goes, Bitcoin, which is $1 trillion asset now, Bitcoin, all the money goes into Bitcoin, and then it slowly, people take their profits from Bitcoin, it goes into Ethereum, and then from Ethereum into the larger caps, and then from the larger caps into the mid caps, and then into mid caps into those smaller micro caps. Just typically how it it runs down and these alt seasons work. So the last things typically to pump are those really small caps and those micro caps. Now, what we consider Litecoin being in the top 10 here, this is one of those larger cap coins. So once money transfers from Bitcoin even more into Ethereum, it's going to most likely be going into those top 10 coins as well, just the trickle down effect of money and how it typically works. And you can see Litecoin, guys, it's still extremely popular. Look, it's on 316,000 watch lists. If you look at some of the other coins that are even popular, many of them don't break 100,000 in terms of people with the watch list. I mean, top 10, obviously you're going to have that, but when you're going down through, there's a lot of coins people like, and there's not that many on the watch list. So that means a lot of people are interested in Litecoin. It's number 9 out of over almost 9,000 cryptocurrencies you can see up here. Okay, Bitcoin dominance, remember we want that to be driven down. That's what's so important, because for altcoins to take off, we need that money to go out of Bitcoin into these altcoins. And typically you want to see it get into those 40s, somewhere in that area. And right now we're at about 60.3. I do believe we got as low as like 32 or 35. You guys can correct me down there last time for the Bitcoin dominance, but it's still up relatively high right now. So we do want to keep an eye on that. If we scroll down here and we take a look at the line graph, this is where I said, guys, so our previous all-time high about 350 or whatnot there off the candle closes. You tell me if you think Litecoin's done right now. I don't believe so. I do not believe this move is over. If we step back out, here's the 1 year. Just to show you, and this kind of shows a better example of that symmetrical triangle potential. You can see right here, put your line here, line underneath here. We're going to see if we get that nice move to the upside. You can see this last correction that we had took some time, but we got that next kick to the upside there. And we've actually had, if we go back out here, we've had a lot more volume coming in too, guys. Look at the volume down in here compared to even when we had this massive spike before. Okay, so a lot of volume coming into Litecoin, just overall. If we go to how do we feel about Litecoin today, we'll say good. We have roughly about 75% of people saying good, 25% of people saying bad. And what you can do is actually work your way down through here. And guys, what I like to do, it will show different coins that it's correlating with, it trades well with. A lot of people really don't utilize coin market cap as much as they should, because I mean, this is going to give you your max supply 84 million over here. It's going to talk about the volume. You can see up in this range over here, you can go through all your cryptocurrencies, exchanges, portfolios, all that different type of stuff. You can look at the analysis, the ratings, historical data, the market. And another thing I like here is what you can do is your market cap. So you can see before we made it up to around $17 billion was the highest we made it for Litecoin. Right, and we're about 14 billion right now. And then you can also hit trading view here, and this will give you a nice little example where you can see what's happening with the price action as well. But just stepping back, guys, looking at this price action, you know, we may chop in here for a while longer, but I do believe in the longer term we're going to get that next move to the upside, and it could be a nice explosive move. Once we got through the high last time, we were at 181. We went all the way up to 259. Or I'm sorry, 249, so around that 250. So if we get something like that again, 250 range up there, we definitely could potentially hit that $300 range. And this is what I like to do with coins, guys. So I'll go through, I'll take a look at the market cap, I'll take a look at the circulating supply. You can do this for anyone and say, okay, this coin that I'm really interested in, if it gets to a 3 billion market cap with the circulating supply or whatnot, this is where the price target potentially could be. And I think that really helps people to really step back, because people get so nervous just the day-to-day fluctuations. But really take a look at this. This is still a nice, healthy uptrend for Litecoin. So realistically, it's going to take about $34 to $35 billion for us to be able to get up to that $500. And I'd love for you to put down low if you believe we're going to get there this market cycle for Litecoin. And if it's one of your favorites, don't forget to like, subscribe, smash that like button, guys. Help this channel out as much as possible. I try to give you the truth here about price action the best that I can. So if you like it, let me know down below. Take care, guys. God bless you all.